My friends, welcome to another live stream here with me, the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1000x gems. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the fact that you will make millions if you focus on this one thing when you are buying altcoins. So you need to be looking at altcoins that display this one thing. And if you can get this right, and this may come with a period of experience, you will make a lot of money in cryptocurrency. And I am going to be answering this question whilst playing Double Dragon 2 on the NES. The Revenge. So this is one of the most popular ever games on the Nintendo. Now, something that I hear a lot when I'm looking at my comments is that people are saying, Suppoman, I find these gaming streams very distracting. And I am here to tell you, you are thinking about this all wrong. Because me playing these games allows me to talk very freely. And when I talk freely, then I am able to communicate value, really valuable things. And at the same time, I am able to let you know of alpha, of some cryptocurrencies that may display these qualities that I may not have talked about on the YouTube videos yet. So it's very important that you watch these streams, regardless of what you think about games. Because, you know, the games, yes, you know, they may be a distraction. In my opinion, they simulate you whilst you, well, stimulate you, stimulate you whilst you are listening to me, right? Because if I just had a plain old background, then you might not be as interested, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you about this hack, right? And it may sound like the most simple thing in the world, but I can tell you this. Most people are not doing it. Right, let me just make sure that everything is fine. We've got live streamer we got audience on Twitch. We've got Who Me and Poddy Boy. And we have got some people watching on YouTube. So remember, smash that like. That like is extremely important. It makes me very happy at the same time. And whilst I'm doing, whilst I'm asking for that, let me just make sure that everything's working fine. Yes, it is. So let me now just share this over to the good people of the X-verse. I like calling it that. Now that it has been rebranded. So there we are. Job done. This one thing is so important, but at the same time is so overlooked. And you can tell this because the most famous YouTubers, the ones that get the hundreds of thousands of views on their videos, completely ignore this, and that's why their coins go nowhere. You watch, I'm not going to mention names, you'll know the names. They talk about coins that are paying for them to talk about them, right? We're talking about utility coins, tech coins, one that are VC backed, you know, have got all sorts of, you know, money and connections, right? And these YouTubers are talking about these cryptocurrencies ad nauseum. The Ondos, the Renders, the Chainlinks, the Hedera hash graphs, the layer ones that do all sorts of different consensus algorithms and distributed ledger technology. You know, they think that's important. RWA DPIN? I think that's important. And let me tell you something. They're wrong. In 2025, the best type of cryptocurrency quality is not utility. It is not tech. As much as I love the likes of, you know, ICP and what they do and the innovations they bring in the tech side of the crypto market, ICP does not have the quality I deem and have seen successfully make people millionaires in this market. And that quality, and it's just one thing. Very, very simple. Do you know what that is? It's attention. Attention. That's the only quality a crypto needs to have in order to pump 100x and be able to make you millions. The ability to gain attention. If you get attention, you get pumps. If you get attention, you get FOMO. Right? Where do you think FOMO comes from? FOMO comes from attention, right? Because something one or more coins have got this viral quality about it. You know, it's got a great short, sharp name, memeable name. It's, you know, it's something that is relatable, makes you laugh. It's something that you can, you know, that the mass market will love. It's got a low barrier to entry. It's got degeneracy appeal. Those are the cryptocurrencies that make the millions. And I know this because my 100x cryptocurrencies have been doing this already. Now, the types of cryptocurrencies that gain attention are AI coins and meme coins. And that's it right now. It's not layer ones, it's not DeepIn, it's not RWA, it's not gaming. Although gaming has got that attention appeal. However, it's not getting the attention right now. What's getting the attention right now is AI and meme coins. And that is why my coins, when I talk about them, are pumping like mad. So in the last week, a cryptocurrency I spoke about was Omega Health. Right? Now, it's no accident that did a 6x. In fact, I think it did more. It went from 300k market cap on Tuesday to, by Wednesday, next day, 2 million. Why? Because of attention. Right? Now, attention comes in two forms, in my opinion, anyway, right now. There's attention that would come in meme coins, right? So meme coins that have absurd, funny, viral names like Fart Coin and Useless and all these coins that have just recently come out, right? House Coin. You know, they have that absurd kind of name. It's the Fart Coin. Like, I used to feel uncomfortable saying it because I just thought, it's nonsense, a nonsense name. But it is, without doubt, the most engaged with community. It's got the most engaged community. You know, they have insane mindshare compared to even the likes of Render and Chainlink, which are considered blue chip cryptocurrencies. And yet you've got something like Fartcoin that is making people excited, and it's gotten to, you know, $1.3 billion market cap. Think about that. You've got coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin, well, very high in the market caps, right? Because they boast technology and utility. They've been around a long time. They have a degree of, you know, safety and low risk attached to them. And yet they do not pump. And they have not pumped anything like Fartcoin has. Fartcoin has like pumped 700x in 3 months. In 3 months, it's 700x'd, right? The biggest meme coins in history, you know, Safe Moon, Shiba Inu, they pumped, and they pumped hard because they were able to grab attention, right? And they're relatable, they're memeable, they got low barriers to entry. What do I mean by low barriers to entry? They're cheap, they're under $1. Now, you may be thinking, it doesn't matter, Suppo, it's market cap that matters. No, it doesn't. Not for the dumb retail investor, all right? Now, I was talking to my plumber just the other day, right? And we were talking about XRP. And we were looking at coin market cap. And he was like, it's so weird that you've got coins like Bitcoin that's 100k. Why would anybody buy Bitcoin for 100k when XRP is $2? And what he actually didn't know at all was that market cap was what matters. You know, it's the price is not the individual coin price. The price is actually the market cap. That's the real true price, the real true value of a crypto coin. It's market cap. But he didn't know that. He didn't understand it. And to be honest, I expect that when people enter the market, they're not going to understand it either. They are going to be thinking, right, this is cheap. This is worth pennies. And so I want to buy it, right? I can get millions of coins for $100. And guess what? If it goes to $1, I'm a billionaire, right? That's how they think. They don't think, oh, Shiba Inu is 40 billion market cap, whatever it is now. It's not 40 billion, it's like 8 billion now. They don't think about that. What they think about is the coin price, right? So these meme coins and some AI coins, the AI coins I was talking about in this week's video, were well under $1. And, you know, Omega Health is one of them, right? So Omega Health, that pumped 6-7x because of the fact that it is an AI cryptocurrency, right? But it's an AI cryptocurrency with a difference. So right now, where you may not have a meme kind of attention seeking, so memes, they're funny, right? They make you, they're absurd, like Fartcoin, for instance. They're absurd. But there's also the attention that there's a narrative, all right? Everybody's talking about AI. AI is the sexy thing right now. You know, look at AI agents, right? Virtual's protocol's doing nothing for the best part of a year. AI agents narrative came along, 100x. Just like that, right? Because a narrative gives attention, right? And AI is the biggest narrative right now, outside of memes, right? It's the biggest narrative. That's what people care about, right? Particularly ones that are not overly complex. You know, with Omega Health, it's an AI doctor. It's very simple. And that gets attention as well, because it's not just another AI agent. You know, you go on it and it's like, oh, you can create videos, you can create pictures, it's another AI agent launch pad. There's none of that, right? What it was something different. AI doctor, first mover. There's no others. No others that actually have a doctor, a world-renowned doctor with hundreds of thousands of followers as its founder, right? So Omega Health, and particularly because in the world of AI agents, right, we're looking for ones that are different, you know, something that does something useful. And right now, health is very useful. People are really valuing their health. It is a perfect narrative, right? It really got attention. People are like, oh, there's nothing else like this. We gotta go for it. Plus, low barrier to entry, very low market cap, very low coin price. It's perfect. You know, and also it's Omega Health, right? It's a cool name. Okay, it's not a memeable name, but it's a cool name. Omega Health, your first AI doctor. Perfection, right? And that's why it pumped mega dramatically. Because nobody had ever heard of it before. And they're like, what? You know what? I want in. I want to be on the first AI doctor. I don't want to be in RWA or deep in overly complex tech that's not simple to A, break down, B, understand, C, communicate with the neighbor next door. Oh, I just bought some Ondo. I just bought some insert deep in cryptocurrency, right? They're Helium, let's say. Okay, Helium's quite a cool name actually. But as an example, right? People aren't gonna find it cool. They're not gonna find it funny. They're not gonna find it memorable if somebody says, "Oh, I just bought, this." Oh shit! What do I do here? Yeah, they're not gonna, people are not gonna gravitate towards that. Oh, you bought Ondo. What the hell's that, right? Whereas, I just bought some ass. No one's gonna forget that. No one's gonna forget that. I just bought fart coin. No one's gonna forget that. I just bought useless coin. No one's gonna forget that. They're gonna think that's absurd. Useless coin. What the hell? That makes no sense, right? It doesn't compute, and so it's got viral quality. And this is why I love meme coins, because meme coins they're just funny. They got great. Some have great names like ass, right? It's a universally known concept, ass. It grabs attention because it's a bold statement. You're not saying but, you're saying ass, right? Everybody knows what ass is, and not only has it got that shock value name, but also, it's also got kind of fanatics, people who love big butts. So it suits in so many areas. And with these coins, they're community driven. So the more people that are fans, the more outrage, the more fun and funny and viral a coin is, the more people are going to join the community. The more people join the community, the more X's you're going to make, okay? Because that's it. Community equals multipliers. That's how it works in these crypto coins. And if you can retain the community, then and it compounds on itself, then if you make a 10x, then you're not gonna lose that 10x like the next day. If it's got a good, strong brand, then it compounds on each other. That 10x becomes 20x and 30x, etc. Now, right now, we haven't really got dumb retail in, but imagine, right, how the dumb retail will feel about a coin called ass. Other ones, fuck 9 to 5. Very relatable. Everybody knows what a 9 to 5 is. 9 to 5 is a universal terminology for a job, for a full-time job, right? But it's got, you know, FCK. So that's the shocking part. It's like, fuck 9 to 5. It's very, you understand it. It's a very outlandish, very bold name. And that's what grabs attention. That's what makes things viral. And that's why, you know, that's why fuck 9 to 5 has really blew up. You know, in the space of weeks, it's done a massive multiplier. And I dare say it's only at the beginning stages of said multiplier. Because, you know, it's likely to go up to the all will retire current market cap. And then it's likely to go even higher, you know, to the kind of SPX potential market cap. And the thing is that you want a coin that doesn't need YouTubers, right? So when you've got YouTubers, you've got someone like me, Crypto Gains, Joe Parry's talking about a coin, a degen coin, right? That's a great start. Because you know that coin's always going to be getting attention. Like in my YouTube videos. You know, one YouTube video is going to get 20k views. 20,000 people are going to see ass. They're going to see all retire. They're going to see Suppoman. They're going to see all these coins. So that's guaranteed attention. But you also want a coin that without a YouTuber talking about it, it's got that quality. Right? It's shock value. It's got Safe Moon Shiba-esque kind of qualities. And that's why I've picked the coins that I have. That's why fuck 9 to 5 I think is going to do really well. And why I think something like, you know, SPX 6900 is actually quite difficult for the mainstream. I would say the reason why this has really blown up is purely because of Murad and the community he has built off the back of having nearly 1 million followers on X, right? And doing his meme coin super cycle video and you know, lots of people following his address on Arkham and all that. You know, people are gonna be, people are gonna just gravitate towards that coin purely because he's talking about it, and they're like, right, I'm here in for the free ride. I don't want to have to find coins. I want to just buy coins I know YouTubers are going to talk about, right? But SPX 6900, yes, SPX. Some people know that the SPX is the Standard & Poor stock market index. Some people know that. A lot of people don't, right? So you've already got that, you know, kind of confusion for retail investors. Shit. Need to get under that. And so I don't think SPX actually is that great a brand, you know? I think that SPX 6900 is actually quite confusing for a meme coin. It's not certainly no fart coin or house coin or useless coin, right? So attention is absolutely imperative and something that gets attention easily. If it wasn't for Murad, I don't think SPX 6900 would be anywhere right now. I think that they would be pretty redundant. I think it only really came... I'd never heard of it before Murad, right? All of a sudden, that's all I heard. So you want a coin that can gain attention without all of that kind of, you know, reliance on a crypto YouTuber. Oh, I've not really done that, have I? So you can, if you punch them and then you get close, you can like knee them in the face or throw them. What a wicked game. But I've been playing in autopilot. Right, let me just have a look and see what you guys are saying. Oh, yes, Millennials. Yes, and Millennials too. Like, to me, you know, look what I'm playing right now. I'm playing an 80s game. I'm playing an 80s console. You know, I was born in the 80s. I am the true definition of a millennial. If you look at my Spotify playlist, it's pretty much 80s, 90s. It's not, I mean, with the exception of some Sabrina Carpenter, maybe. Then it's mainly, you know, 80s music. I love my 80s music. Power ballads. I grew up in the 90s. You know, I grew up without mobile phones. You know, the beginning of when Windows was becoming distributed to the home. You know, I grew up when experiencing the culture of the millennial, the culture of the 90s, a much better society, distinctive in fashion, in music, in TV, in film. You know an 80s film, Die Hard, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Terminator, and same for the 90s, Terminator 2. You know, you got one of the best eras ever, and it's a celebrated era, and everybody kind of, and a lot of my audience I know are millennials. I know a lot of the people in crypto are millennials, and I did a poll the other day, and pretty much 60% of my audience are millennials, with save for the ones that like follow Ansem and all that lot, right? Millennials is great, the artwork is great, very memeable, fantastic designs. Great community, building all the time, and it's still very early stages, not even close to 1 million yet. So that, to me, is an attention grabber. Yeah, anybody from the 90s, anybody, if I was to get my sister to look, I mean, she's not a millennial. Technically, she's Gen, whatever was before that, Gen Y? You know, she was born in the 70s, but she grew up in the 80s and 90s. You know, she was a teenager in the 80s and 90s, I want to say. And so as a result of that, we'll understand all the, you know, all the references. You know, Baywatch, MTV, all that lot. American TV, Saved by the Bell, Friends, all that, right? So it's a very distinctive period. And it's extremely easy. You see the artwork, you're of that generation, you'll love it. So yeah, millennials, definitely. I love millennials. To me, it's probably one of my favourite cult communities. Because I embrace that period. JOS is crazy good, if you say so. But at the end of the day, it's not my job to say whether something is crazy good. It's whether that cryptocurrency gets attention. If it does, you're onto a winner. But what you've also got to consider is you've got to... Ah, fuck! What you've also got to consider in that equation is that it's got to have a low market cap. Julia OS does not have a low market cap, not by today's standards. You know, the higher the market cap, the greater intensity of attention it needs to make multipliers. So it needs to grab attention, but it needs to have that low entry point. You know, people need to feel they're degenerate, because that's the type of crypto it is, degenerate. Even in AI. Yeah, you're kind of looking for degenerate kind of coins. What else is there? GigaChadet, again, very, very similar, right? GigaChadet is the woman's coin. You know, there are no other female society, kind of female community coins specifically. Fuck! Can't jump in here. Wait, I need to get on the other side of this guy, otherwise I'm just going to get tagged double teamed by these guys. Ah, fuck! The jump don't work! I'm gonna get my ass handed to me. Ass! See? Ass. Beautiful. And the thing is that for me personally, I am not gonna be doing what I have done previously, which is you know, talk about a lot of coins. I don't plan to do that, right? It doesn't work. Ethos, my best ever, well, not my best ever multiplier, but one of my best ever multiplier in terms of how much I put in and how much of a multiplier that became. You know, I was dedicated to Ethos. Like in 2017, I talked about Ethos a lot. And as a result of that, it was able to get attention. Are you seeing the common theme here? It would never have done a 300x without attention. That attention came from me. You need attention. It's imperative. Now, I'll give you another example. It's a coin I've spoken about as well. And it's Moonbeam. And I remember people have said, oh, Super Moonbeam never did anything. Yeah, you know why? Right? Because I was interested in Moonbeam back in an era where layer 1s mattered, tech mattered. You know, people cared about, oh, you know, Moonbeam is run off Polkadot technology. That means, you know, it's multi-chain, it's fast transactions, it's an ability to port to, you know, your games or whatever dApp you create to port it to another blockchain, right? These are what made Moonbeam have good fundamentals. However, Who cares about Polkadot anymore? No one cares about Polkadot. No one cares about Cardano. Well, they do care about Cardano. No one cares about Polygon anymore. Polygon used to be one of the sexiest coins around. No one cares. Fuck you! No one cares about Polygon anymore. It's rubbish. No one cares. It's dead. Polygon's died, right? And same with Polkadot, right? So with Polkadot, I don't know what I meant to do here. With Polkadot, unless there's a Polkadot narrative, you're not going to get Moonbeam pumping, right? Because that's what causes the FOMO. The FOMO is its origin narrative. The origin narrative is Polkadot, right? And with Polkadot, basically the same. What am I supposed to do? Died the same point. What the hell? Super Gem XBT and Borg, are they? No. I mean, Gem probably is, Borg isn't. What about We Love Pussy? No. I mean, yeah, maybe, but I find that a little bit too what's the word? Too risque. 80s rock, Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Go through the door. You can't go through the door. What about internal organs? What about meme coins about internal organs? No. That's stupid. I mean, it has to be something that is easy to understand. If you're going to have something called liver, who could give a fuck about that? No one. Oh, yes. Just knocked him flying. Yes, I do need to do different moves. Yes! Get in there, mofo. So, the reason why I have picked AI and meme coins is because these are attention-grabbing cryptocurrencies, ones that easily create FOMO, either because of the name or the value proposition. So, Leah, Colin, Aria, Omega, these grab attention. They're cool. They got the wow factor. The moment I did a video with Leah, people were just gobsmacked. And Aria, when people watch her on Twitch, it's like, wow, she actually is an AI sentient being that responds in the moment. And that creates FOMO. Because people are like, oh, I want to be part of that. And it's a low market cap, so I want to be part of the journey of that coin. But memes, the most attention grabbing. And the reason why is because the best performing cryptocurrencies in history are meme coins. Right? So SafeMoon, Feg, Shiba, Doge, Pepe, the best WIF, best ever cryptocurrencies are meme coins. Best ever multipliers made are meme coins, right? Because they grab attention easy. They're very, they're very shareable. They're very funny. They're very viral. Viral. How does anything ever become popular? It goes viral. But to be viral, it needs to be shocking. It needs to make you think, wow, that's maybe in some cases uncomfortable. Like a fart coin. That's just makes me uncomfortable, to be honest. But at the same time, it's like it gets your attention. And the more times it's mentioned, the more you eventually FOMO into it. Now, I never FOMO'd into fart coin. But I can understand why people do and why that can still make decent multiplies even at a billion market cap. People are more likely, let's face it, people are more likely to buy Fartcoin than they are ICP. Simple as that. I mean, the amount of volume that Fartcoin gets eclipses that of a major layer 1. The days are gone now. You've got to go where the attention is. And that's it. Attention is everything. Without attention, you die. And I say this because we are now in an attention economy. Right? OnlyFans, YouTube, TikTok, X. Like, I'm on X earlier today, and I see a bunch of influencers shit posting. Oh, Ethereum's gonna crash, or one particular YouTuber said, oh, Bitcoin's gonna be 750k at the end of this cycle, and Ethereum's gonna be, what did they say? Like something ridiculous, like 26k or so. I can't even remember. Right, and I just thought, that's bullshit. It's never gonna hit that, but it grabbed attention, and fuck, it was just like had a billion retweets and likes, even though it's bollocks. I mean, my tweets, if I was to, be actually quite honest and brutal about my own content strategy, I would say my tweets are the equivalent of deeping. I don't make shocking. I don't have the ethics to say, to say something's gonna. I don't have the ethics to say ass is gonna make a 10,000x, or or retire, or make a 5,000x. If I did that, I mean, the attention it would get would be colossal. But at the same time, I know it's not. Well, it may happen, but I don't think it's gonna necessarily be true. Market cap that it is, but I could say it and get attention and get shares and get views. But I prefer to be a little bit more conservative, and it doesn't work. So I would kind of make the similarity that a YouTuber that makes stupid claims is actually the equivalent of a meme coin. They just get like a meme coin, like fart coin, house coin, useless coin. They just get attention. They may be stupid in concept. Like fart coin, it's like just a nothing coin, right? I think 95% of people have a clue it's anything to do with AI, right? So it's apparently to do with the truth terminal. If you look at the website of Fartcoin, it's the truth terminal, which is about unsupervised AI characters. I bet you 90% of people have not got a clue that that's what Fartcoin is. It's just a name that's very shocking and absurd and crazy and memeable. And that is why it's a mega popular cryptocurrency. So I think I'm making the point very well, okay? AI and memes, they have that viral quality. That obscene, absurd, attention-grabbing, bold quality. RWA, layer 1s, deep in, they just don't cut the mustard. Layer 2s, privacy, supply chain, no one gives a crap about those. So people could say, oh, so what do you think of VChain? You give a fuck about what? Nobody cares about VChain. Like back in 2021, when there were, 5,000 cryptocurrencies, yeah, VChain stood out because other YouTubers talked about it. And it's Chinese coin, a lot of Chinese people liked it. They don't care about that anymore. Who cares about fucking VChain? Like, no one. Until there's like a dino season, like where you've got the likes of, Stellar and all these stupid coins going up. No one cares about VChain anymore. It's whole coin, right? And supply chain. A retail investor is not going to care. Like, that's going to be the smart money. That's going to be like the TradFiers. They're going to be the ones that invest in... Fuck! They're going to be the ones that invest in something like VChain. But not your dumb retail investor. Fucking... Yeah! Got there. See why I misuse this coin. How or where could I get caught? How or where could I have coin? Well, because it's timing, isn't it? Like, it's if you were around at the time. Like, there's no way you would have known. Unless you're in one of those, unless you... There's a few ways in which you could have known about it. Number one is if you're botting insiders, right? So if you know the wallets of, like, some people who get who are on the inside... Ansom's wallet or someone like that, or someone he's connected to that's on the inside. If you are botting that person's wallet and buying whatever they're buying, you'll get it. Alternatively, if you're using one of those signal bot type things, like what Profit Bots was, where it looks at certain metrics, then there again you'll find it there. Or you'll be following some shit posting degen, and they'll probably be talking about it. I mean, to me, I don't like useless coin. I think it's stupid. But I understand. But fart coin, I think is cool. Yeah, house coin, I think is cool. Yeah, I would be way more likely to invest 100,000 into house coin than in Ondo, right? Because house coin gets my attention way more than Ondo, right? Ondo is your typical complex RWA coin about tokenization of assets, blah, 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 that retail investors who join the market will not give a fuck about, right? They want the safe moons. They want the Pepes, the Doges, the Shibas. They don't want something complex and not sexy, right? That's the equivalent of a librarian versus a porn star, right? A librarian, their glasses and have very dry personality, probably not much of a sense of humor, right? Well, probably nothing against librarians, but you get the point, right? It's just not sexy. Whereas, you know, a lap dancer or something, that's sexy. Well, okay, maybe I'm going a bit too extreme, but you get the point, right? There's extremes, and basically RWA and DPIN are on the boring, complex side of cryptocurrency, and AI and memes are on the fun, sexy side of cryptocurrency. And that's why it works. That's why it works for me. That's why I've made a lot of money so far, and why I dare say will continue to make a shit ton of money this market, because I just understand what works. I understand what goes viral, and you know, the likes of Fuck 9 to 5 and All Will Retire have done an incredible job at community engagement. So they are the examples, and this is why I keep talking, why I will continue to keep talking about them, because they're not just a name, they are actually a community, a mission statement, a value system, a belief system, you know, and the way they motivate their community, the way they include their community. You know, for Fuck 9 to 5, it's the post-it notes. For All Will Retire, it's the holding up of the boards. I will retire, we will retire, all will retire. You know, as well as the YouTubers talking about it. And TikTokers and what have you. This is where I get fucked every time. I have no idea what to do here. Oh, I think I do know what to do. Hold on, how many lives have I got? 2. Right, I think I know what to do. Ah! Yes! I did it! I did not know that! Just don't want to buy 15 coins. I want to go 10 max. Look! Right? What I find annoying is how people say, oh, Suppoman, I've bought this. I've bought Millennial. I've bought All Retire. I've bought this. I've got lots of coins. How many more coins should I buy? And I'm like, look, it's your decision to buy, right? I'm not saying buy all these. I'm not saying buy all these coins, right? Buy what you like. Like, at the end of the day, a meme coin has to earn. Do I go down here? Any coin has to earn your money, right? They have to earn your stables, right? It's not a case of, oh, Superman's talking about, I've got to buy it. It's just, I find that annoying. Don't ask me to come up with your 10 coins. You should be picking what you like. And however many coins you decide to have is up to you. You can have 10 coins with... Oh, Jesus, this looks hard. You can have 10 coins? Fucking hell, man. How harsh. You can have 10 coins, you can have 1 coin, you can have 100 coins. It's really up to you. Like, there's no wrong or right answer. You know, back in 2017, I had 1 coin, really. Well, I had a few, but, I mean, 1 coin that I was, you know, kind of bigly invested in. That was Ethos, right? And by being so invested in 1 coin, I was able to benefit off the constant pumps, right? Like, in a big style. Like, if it goes up 10%, I make $10,000, right? Whereas if I've got 30 coins, and one goes up 16%, that could be like 100 or a couple of hundred. Oh yes, that was a beauty. I gotta do that again. Yeah. Oh, I need to do that flying knee kick. Fuck! I'm getting my ass handed to me. I can't let him hit me over the edge! Nah! Fucking hell. Yeah, so there's no right answer to how many you should hold. Because if you only hold one coin, then at the same time, you know, if that coin goes nowhere, then it's a big opportunity cost. Oh, wow. So it's got to be your personal decision, yeah? If something has earned your stables, buy it. If it resonates with you, buy it. I buy what resonates with me. I love fuck 9 to 5. I think that is a very, very relatable and also at the same time bold cryptocurrency, because fuck 9 to 5. It's just a bold statement. It's not no 9 to 5. That's boring. But fuck 9 to 5. It's emotive. That stuff, you know, that is what makes memes. What the hell am I supposed to do about this? So attention is everything. Attention, attention, attention. So when people say to me, oh, Suppo, what the hell am I meant to do here? What do I do here? So when people say to me, oh, Suppo, what do you think of this coin? I just think to myself, this is a shit coin. It's never going to get attention. What am I supposed to do? I've never ever got this far with double Dragonad before. What the hell? This is stupid. Is that obvious what I'm meant to do? Like, if it is... Oh, I think I'm just meant to get up there, right? Somehow. I don't know how. Oh, fucking hell, this is tough. Oh, I think I know. Right, get on there. Ah, this is the stupid motion. I'll wait for it to go this side. And then go over here. Right, here we go. Got ya. Got ya. Yes, got there eventually. What the fuck? Now I've got to kill people. Right. Ah. Shit. Dynamite. The hell. Fuck. Right. This guy might be it. Oh no, maybe not. I got two Terminators here. Right. Let's have a look. Look at Boda on base. Nah. When do you plan to... Just when it happens. Hold on. Let me have a look. Chink Sync Reverse's latest tweet. I've seen it already. It's about like first human AI something or other. First AI Twitch stream or something like that. I saw it already. But that's the thing, right? That is the gaining attention thing. Like, when I was looking at something to rival Leah and Colin, it's like, well, you've already got two... I'm dead now. I've already got two AI kind of sentients, which is Colin and Leah. What's something that's different? And Arya stuck, because she actually is something different. I'm going to... Oh, just a two-player. What the fuck? How the hell do I... This is stupid. Right, I think that'll do now, I think. Let me have a look and see any other questions. Any other actual distinct questions. So I think there's way too many dilution. What's your take on Brett reaching 40 billion? Well, look, you know, Crash is a very influential Twitch account, X account. So, you know, he is very, very good at kind of rallying troops and rallying other big influencers. So you never know, it could happen. And let's face it, Base has only got a very small selection of cryptocurrency. So therefore, I could see Brett doing well. Therefore, I see Andy doing well. I mean, think about it. Base cryptocurrencies, what do you think of automatically? Nothing, really. Like, I can't really think of many at all. Virtuals, Toshi, Brett, and Andy. That's all I can really think of. It's true. AI agents will fill the empty hole of today's society. I don't disagree with that either. Giga Chad, yeah, like I said, in a similar way to how Giga Chad rallies up these fitness freaks, these alpha males, very male men's men, high testosterone men, high value men, whatever you want to call them. That's what Giga Chad concentrates on. That's what they attract, and that's why they could attract a big community, in addition to having Murad as well. Whereas Giga Chad is the female version at the end of the day. So it's the one for the strong females. And that is a great niche that they've concentrated on. Dogging me on base stupid as well. Simple coin. I mean, I'm not going to get into any of these cryptocurrencies, by the way. I did get into Housecoin simply because that's like kind of RWA play. So I think that when there's an RWA season, that one's going to kick off. But Simple Coin, Useless Coin, they got a very short, I think so anyway, a very short life. Simple Coin, 403k market cap. I mean, it looks stupid. It's only got a Twitter account. That's fucking dumb. And that's another thing that you've got to. That's another consideration in cryptocurrency is that you've got to value execution. All right, so you need to be looking at who is executing a great website, Twitter page, rallying the guys with raids, with great memes in the Telegram group, and that's why I love Ass, because Ass is very memeable. Lots of GIFs, lots of pics and stuff that they can share, and that's why it works. Right, so that's what you see in the group. But like, a lot of coins, like you just said, Simple Coin, like they've got a Twitter. That's it. They haven't got Telegram. They haven't got a website. It's shit. Right? It's just people just speculating, and it's going to end up going nowhere. Useless Coin. Let me have a look at this. That's also got a Twitter. It's just laziness. Yeah, stupid. For 33. But what I've noticed is a lot more cryptocurrencies are adopting communities on X rather than on Telegram. So I think that's pretty cool. That's what Millennials is doing at the moment anyway. So basically, long and short, because I'm going to end it here. Long and short of it is that the cryptocurrencies that will make you millions are ones that are attention grabbing, that go viral, that have a low barrier to entry, they got a low market cap, they're degenerate, they make you feel part of a strong community, an early adopter community. Like back when I was first doing crypto videos, I felt part of a bubble, a small bubble of people that believed in crypto. Now crypto's become mainstream, it's become largely adopted. Like I don't feel like I'm in that bubble anymore for the wider crypto market. But if you feel like you're in a bubble, you're early on something, early community on something that's very, very exciting, that's got that potential Pepe, short, sharp, commercial, memeable, bold kind of brand that is executing well, you're on a potential winner. And those cryptocurrencies that are attention grabbing with the execution, with the name, with the virality and the potential for virality, whilst also being low market cap, that's where you're going to make your millions. It's not going to be in RWA. It's not going to be in layer ones. Not anymore. It's done. Those days are done. We're in a TikTok generation. TikTok is all about attention. Right? You go on TikTok right now. You have 10 seconds, 5 seconds of videos. You're literally just flipping through them. And some will get your attention and some will not. And that is the type of meme coins that I like, or AI coins that I like, are ones that when you're sifting through all the shit out there, is something that stands out and is unique, has the wow factor, and has attention grabbing potential. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the live stream, and I will see you next time. It is lights out, all out.